Daiyer coming out in the all-white. Leviticus coming out in the black and tuxedo type rash guard. Black tie BJJ makes sense. This is definitely the coolest name matchup. Daiyer against Leviticus. That's going to win the award today.
That's a good point.
Leviticus right in on the legs. Again, these super fights have had some high intensity and action today. We'll hope for these last two keep that up. Leviticus gets in on the leg. He has a nice straight foot lock.
This has been a consistent.
He can belly down. He can put a lot of pressure on that leg. Daiyer has to be careful here.
His knee line's clear.
His knee line, good job clearing the knee line. Right away now you kind of know what both guys want to do and where both guys' heads are at. Daiyer knows Leviticus is trying to get under and get those legs. Opts to come down.
I think it's no secret what Leviticus is going for here.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if he's going to start chaining the leg locks to the upper body. Sure. Daiyer's leaving his arms a little bit out, worried about the legs, and these are great opportunities to look for your arm drags, your wrestle ups, your choi bars. Sometimes, though, with some of the younger competitors, they can get focused on one attack as opposed to both attacks or all attacks. We saw a really great example in Nick Creighton where he went from those leg locks right into the neck, and that's how he's finished 2 of his matches. That's showing really kind of smart strategy and how you use those positions properly. Now we're getting a little body lock. We've seen a lot of body locks today. Again, really one of the kind of the metas in the no-gi game. Leviticus, interesting, like relocking over the body lock. Not my favorite way to deal with the body lock, but he is also kind of a tall, lanky grappler. He may have more length to be able to create problems for Daiyer than a lot of shorter grapplers.
Daiyer's strong. Very, very strong base.
Yeah.
Looks tough to sweep.
Leviticus had a really good angle there, and Daiyer just kept his hip back and said, "You're not going to elevate me."
Leviticus doing a really good job of keeping his guard in front of him.
Daiyer grabs his own leg for a standing straight foot. A very rare one, but again, sometimes it just makes Leviticus not want to put his legs up there.
Sure, sure. Leviticus, he seems to be really content with pulling his opponent in, really trying to keep him nice and close. It looks like he's going to try to use that butterfly hook.
Yeah, he wants to elevate towards that trapped arm side on his left, Daiyer's, or his right, Daiyer's left. I will say, like, Daiyer's shown really good base and kind of hard to deal with, but he's not really presenting a lot of offensive threats. Leviticus is the one really kind of attacking and engaging here, which can be a strategy. You might be trying to burn Leviticus out early and then use that to set up some passes and some attacks as the match goes on. There's Leviticus now starting to wrestle up and attack the neck a little bit, as you mentioned. Personally, again, if you're not going to attack off the leg entries anywhere else, it's very easy to kind of take them away. Now Daiyer kind of walks around.
He's trying his best to not fall into that closed guard.
Now Leviticus is trying to use this to kind of invert and come underneath. If he has a lot of flexibility, he could start looking for tornado sweeps a la Cyborg, but that's a small percentage of the world that can do that from that position. Most normal people have to just kind of lock down the position like he is.
Leviticus doing a good job of getting his knee on the inside.
Really nice base by Daiyer. Using some real heavy tripod.
He's trying to get around that knee.
He's finally cleared the knees, but Leviticus is still on the side. Now he gets his first pass.
That pressure that you had been talking about, it's really starting to pay off.
Leviticus, though, has his head, and he's looking for, it looks like almost like a Nogi Ezekiel from the bottom. Huh. And it looks relatively tight. Daiyer is defending that.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. But now it's out, and now you got to give up the Kimura. That is the risk of an attack like that. But I give him credit for trying something that was not the norm. Now Daiyer's in a strong armbar position.
Getting deep. Leviticus doing a good job of getting back to his knees, facing up.
Beautiful. Levi's on top.
Rips
See
his
if he
arm
can
out.
hold this position.
Opts to close his guard. I'm sure
We're getting close to the halfway part of this match. Daiyer's been on top the whole time, but now Levi has a chance. We'll kind of see if they switch roles, if this changes this match's dynamic. Oftentimes, if you have the top player getting to the bottom like this, he may throw up a submission just to create space, to get back to his feet.
Sure.
We'll see. You wonder if Leviticus wants to try to pass or sit back on the foot, since that was one of the early strategies. The foot is there, but then you can't give up position. As I said, you just used it to wrestle and create space. Not very surprising. Both look a little tired now as we're about past the halfway spot.
Just over 3.5 minutes left in this match here.
Levi's coach telling him to try to get 2-on-1s on the upper body. I completely agree. It was a smart strategy. Head and arm pass. Levi might be able to sneak out back door here. His head is starting to pop free. But Daiyer squares back up into a neutral position.
Daiyer is getting really deep on some of these underhook crossface positions, but Leviticus has just got such long limbs. He's able to.
He's got good dexterity for a big guy.
For sure. He's doing very, very well in regards to causing problems for the passer.
He's going for an interesting kind of Barada Plata type attack. It's hard for me to see from it's a good attack for that Barada. He needs to get the leg over, but it's a strong spot. This is not a common submission. This is not something that a lot of people have a lot of escape defending. It's not fully set, but it's a good connection where he can use it to try to find triangles. We may get a stand up, and we do. That's a reset, and it slams him.
A little bit of a disdainful shuck.
Whoa, 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 whoa. They need to both stand up or both grapple.
That is too funny.
You always do got to protect yourself at all times.
Everybody keeping a good sense of humor in the room. Beautiful.
If no one's leg's getting broken in, is that concerned?
I agree.
You can tell Daiyer has some horsepower. He was locked up in a very awkward situation. Just picked a big guy up and said, "We're not going to be here anymore."
Out of here, yeah.
I do like that rule for a tournament like this, though, because if you don't have slams, it can make the bottom player complacent, and obviously injuries really can come from the slams. So the lift is kind of in a replacement where no one gets hurt. I really think it's a good way to keep safety. We don't need to see anyone spiked in their head.
So what's your opinion on the idea of people taking advantage of it?
I mean, I don't think it's taking advantage. If I'm attacking from my guard and I'm allowing you to lift me up,
sure,
right. That's just whether it's a match with slamming, a street fight, a MMA. You gotta protect yourself, and getting lifted above your head or your opponent's waist is not a good option.
You're not protecting yourself. Yeah, that's a very good point. Daiyer's able to get really deep on the pass this time. He's able to get past those pesky knees that he was dealing with.
I mean, this will be interesting. He has a really nice kind of body hug on that position, but he's not even thinking about submission. It looks like.
Sure.
And we're about a minute left, so there's not a lot of time. Now he goes for the
isolating an
Americana.
arm. Here we go.
He may be strong enough to finish this. Even with Levi's body turned, he was able to pick him up from that awkward angle. There it is.
That's a tap.
Yeah. Like I said, that's not a standard lock, but against somebody that strong, you can definitely see some submissions. Daiyer gets the sub by the Americana. Not a common submission at the higher levels. Daiyer with the submission.